Everything you've been taught about earning your worth is wrong, and it's been keeping you stuck for a very long time. You don't fail because you're not working hard enough. You fail because you're trying to become something that you literally already are. Because the universe doesn't respond to what you do. It responds to who you're being while you do it. So let's talk about that. Well, here we all are. Welcome back to another video. You don't have to earn it through your actions. You just have to be it in your vibration. That means that you don't have to earn it through working hard, through trying hard, through struggle, self-sacrifice, pushing yourself, getting over the hump, convincing others of what your dreams are and getting them to join in with you. None of that. It's all paddling upstream. Every bit of that is paddling upstream. You paddle downstream when you decide that I'm just going to be it in my vibration and allow the universe to manifest and synchronize the cooperative components that are necessary for me to continue moving forward to express the passionate ideas and the passionate expressions that I want to express and put out into the world. That's it. That's all it takes. It's that simple. It's all about being it in your vibration. You don't have to do anything else. I've talked about this before, but we need to start working harder on ourselves than on our jobs and on our relationships. We do. We put all the attention on the outer things, the outer relationship, the outer career, the outer to-do list, instead of putting more focused attention on what really truly matters and what really truly creates change in our lives the most and with the most ease. And that's being it in our vibration. That's being the energy that we want to attract in the world. There's nothing else to do in this world but do that, because everything comes to you. It's literally the law of the universe. What you put out is what you get back. So the energy that you're putting out into the world is what is going to be reflected to you. That's just a law of the universe. That's just physics. So it's not some kind of woo-woo spiritual topic or way of thinking. It's literally physics. And yeah, you can add spiritual practice and spiritual knowledge into all of that to reinforce that idea and have it bathe deeper into your belief system. You can absolutely do that. But we work way too hard. We try way too hard. And I did it for many years. And that's why I'm wanting to share it with all of you, so maybe you don't have to get stuck in that for as long as I did. Because there's a lot better life to live than just working hard and self-sacrificing and people-pleasing to get to where you think you want to get or need to get. That's the nice thing about this process, is that you don't even need to have an exact knowing of where everything needs to take you. In fact, you need to drop the insistence and expectation that it needs to look and sound and see and be heard and smelled and tasted and touched in a certain way. It doesn't. That just adds resistance. When you insist that it has to look a certain way, then you do everything that you can and you work way too hard and try way too hard to make it look exactly like what you thought in your mind it should look like. Whereas if you decide to just be it in your vibration, the universe is going to synchronistically bring what you need in order to continue to perpetuate who you really are and that vibration that you're emitting to the universe. It's going to respond exactly how you need it to. Exactly how you need it to. So you don't need to go out and read a million books or learn forever about a certain topic. You don't need to go do any of that. All you need to do is start taking more action on working on yourself, which means working on the belief systems that don't work for you anymore, that don't support who you are anymore, and let them go. And not reacting and being triggered to things that happen in your life that you don't prefer. Those are just reflections showing you that you have a belief system in place, that you're continuing to think thoughts that are impressing your subconscious with things that you don't prefer. Because whatever you impress your subconscious with consciously is what is going to be outpictured in your reality. No exceptions. So it's not like you're doing something wrong. It's not like you're being punished if negative things start happening. They're just reflections to show you that you're believing in a certain way that you don't prefer. And you could change those beliefs because you have the power to change your beliefs and change your thoughts at any given moment in your life. And you do that by becoming aware of the fact that you don't earn it through your actions. You become it in your vibration. And then everything that you need in life to take the next step from wherever you are naturally comes to you. See, we were trained to hustle for love, for safety, for success. But identity comes first, and then the actions follow. Identity comes first, and then the actions follow. So once you learn to identify yourself with that which you want to be, then everything else starts coming into play. Everything else starts synchronizing all around you. So you're like standing in the eye of the storm, and you're watching how the universe, when you just vibrate and become and act as if you already have and already are everything that you want to be and have, you get to watch how the universe starts bringing and synchronizing everything that you want and need in your life to perpetuate those ideas so that you can continue to act on them in an excited way that you love, that you know is what you're supposed to do and is the way that you're meant to be expressed in this world as the God self that you really are. Because you see, you don't become worthy by doing more. You do more when you feel like you're finally worthy. Then you're naturally just going to be doing things that inspire you and excite you and mean something to you because you already are that. And when you already are that which you want to be, then all the ideas are going to come to you that are necessary in order to allow you to keep expressing the authenticity that you already are, to continue to express the passion that is inside of your heart that you know will help people, because we're here to be of service. And that doesn't mean to be of service at the expense of ourselves. No, it means being of service. And then what we are of service to will then find ways to serve us as well. That's just the way it works. Again, what you put out is what you get back. If you're serving others, trust me, you're gonna be served. Action without alignment creates exhaustion. So it's why so many people, they grind themselves into the dirt and get spiritually exhausted and mentally and physically exhausted because they're grinding and grinding and grinding, but it gets them nowhere. Because when you're taking action from a fear-based vibration, it repels what you want. But on the other side of the coin, if you take action from wholeness, knowing who you are and expressing that unconditionally out into the world before anything really needs to manifest in your life, you're just doing it because that feels good, it feels like who you really are, then that magnetizes it to you. You ever hear of the law of attraction? Like attracts like? Well, that's exactly what we're talking about here. And I want to offer you something. Start thinking of your vibration as your actual resume, your spiritual resume, if you want to look at it that way. Because the energy that you bring into a room is far more powerful than the words that you say. Actions truly do speak louder than words in that way. So just start adding joy to your resume. Start adding optimism, gratitude, appreciation to your resume. Start adding to your resume, this is who I am. Despite of circumstances, this is who I choose to be. And just watch how when you add those things to your resume and it truly becomes who you are, how everything around you just starts naturally coming to you. And you start taking inspired action, because not everything feels so hard. Not everything is a grind. You don't have to get caught up in a rat race. You just have to be it. You just have to be it. Yeah, but Maxwell, I feel like you're just telling me to be lazy, like not take actions. What are you talking about? I'm saying that be it first energy is not being lazy. It's mastery. That'll have to be a slogan or something. Be it first energy. Because once you become it, then you're starting to master yourself. You are literally becoming the master, because you're not waiting for something on the outside to change. You're not waiting for something on the outside to change, because it doesn't need to change in order for it to allow you to be who you really deserve to be and who you really are. And that's how we continue to put out our resume everywhere we go in the universe. And then eventually those resumes will be deposited into our bank accounts in a large abundance, because you can't create from lack. You can't create from lack. Lack energy only creates more lack in your life, but abundant energy only multiplies, and it only creates more abundance in your life. So just choose to embody the vibration of abundance, and watch how abundance will naturally be your state of being, and will naturally be what comes to you in your life, because it's actually who you really are. And so this is why, my friends, when you shift your energy, the world scrambles to catch up to who you are now, to what you are vibrating at right now. That's just the law of the universe. That's the law of attraction in action. That is, believe it, and then you'll see it, and not waiting to see it on the outside to then believe it. Not waiting to see the results and be result-oriented in order to give yourself permission to be who you truly want to be. Be who you want to be right now. Be who you want to be right now, without conditions, and see what happens. Because the world is going to change in your favor like you could never believe. Because the reason that you feel like there's so much chaos going around right now is because you're not in alignment with yourself. And sometimes alignment can feel like chaos in itself, because things are going to start changing in your life, and you're not really going to be used to it. And so your ego is going to try and grab onto it and say, this is wrong, go back to the way you were, because the way you were before was safer than this seeming chaos that's going around you now that you're being unconditional and deciding to align with yourself. So that's what this video is all about, is aligning with yourself and just being that vibration. Be the energy that you want to attract in the world. Nothing else matters. Everything else comes to you from that. That is the life that we deserve to live. So guys, this is part 1 of this video. This is me planting a couple of seeds in you to chew on until the next video comes out, where we'll go even deeper into all of this and we'll get more clarity. So I appreciate you so much for being with me in these videos, and especially at the beginning times of my channel. I just enjoy and will always cherish these moments and look back on them with appreciation, because I'll remember this time when the channel was a little bit smaller, when we didn't have the movement that we have now created, because it's already existing now. Everything that we want, everything that we are, already exists right now. We just have to know it. And then we have to decide we're going to be it before anything on the outside manifests. So I love you so much. Hit that like button and subscribe, please. I love you guys so much. I appreciate it. The dogs are about to fight with some other people, some other dogs. Hey, hey, hey. Hey, come on. Jackson. Bella, come on. Yeah, a little bit of a skirmish there, so I better get going. And that's the thing. There might be a few skirmishes in your life on the outside when you decide to align, because you're in coherence with a different self. You're in coherence with a different reality, a different universe. It might seem a little bit chaotic at times, but you can still be in the eye of the storm. You can still be grounded through it all. So thank you so much for watching this video. Hit that like button and subscribe. Stay tuned for part number 2. Hey, crazy guys. And we'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.